couple.
Yeah, the mental focus on our last, and I'm going to say 6 games because we played really well in 2 of our losses, but the attention to detail, God, everybody uses those words, fighting for their ice in a 6-foot area with real respect for every team, every opponent. So just that we played a focused game of hockey here, and I'd like that to stay.
And looking at just the confidence of the team in general, how much has Sergei Bobrovsky meant to just the good feeling this team's had going back really to the All-Star break?
You can feel it on the bench, certainly as the coach. When a rush is passing in front of you and it's going toward your end, when your goalie's on, it's a completely different feeling for us. So we would say the word is confidence. It gives you confidence on the bench that even if you get beat by one, that doesn't mean there's another one going by him, and he's just been really strong. He's made big saves on good shots. And that Vegas game, so was their guy, right? He was making saves. It was a great battle between goalies. There was way too much offense in that game for it to have been a 2-1 game, but it was a 2-1 game because of the goalies.
As a coach, do you ever mention, hey, our next opponent just beat Ottawa 5-0 and show them a little bit of their, or just
They did that today.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly right. Because Ottawa had beaten Detroit back-to-back, scored 6, and played incredibly well. And now they're back in the fight. So they go into Chicago thinking this one on their calendar is we're going to win this game. And these guys can score off the rush, and they have. They can get outshot and still beat you. They put up 5 on it. So we dealt with that. It's not a matter of taking them lightly. It's playing a style of game that Chicago is good at. We want to play the game that we play. We think that takes a team. Like Vegas is a good rush team as well. So we respected Vegas and made sure we were above pucks and made sure we battled hard. We don't want to turn this into a puck game tomorrow.
But Vegas is going to play their game. Chicago, whatever, they're going to just
they've got
nothing to lose.
So their risk profile is completely different. They're going to put that puck into areas that if it makes it, it's going to pay off, and if it doesn't, oh well. So they're more dangerous because of that. At the same time, we have a style of game that's built in a lot of ways to eliminate rushes, and it's a hard game to play, but we've been good at it recently.
Looking at the back-to-back coming up, has the decision been made who plays both games, or is it depending on
For
what
goal?
happened? Yes.
Yeah, we won't make any till after the first.
Right. See how that
Yeah,
goes.
see the numbers, see the workload.
So it'll be Bobrovsky against Chicago?
Correct.
Anthony declared not that today's that maintenance for him.
Yeah, it's a bit of an illness, but nothing we think is too. So what's the point? It's not his ankle. That's the point. He's not feeling great today. We'll see where that brings us tomorrow.
I mean, Alex Lyon really made his presence felt during
Correct.
his stint there. I mean, is it like good for him to be back to have that experience again?
Yeah, experience. I mean, he beat Boston, right? His last game, he beat the Boston Bruins, best team in the National Hockey League right now. So he knows that. The team knows it. There are right now on the calendar. I mean, I got a plan. You've got a plan until somebody punches you in the face. I've got games that I scheduled for him to play in. We don't announce that to the goalies before. We just go game by game, but we do have a plan to get him back in.
I mean, he's prided himself on being ready just in case
Right.
that it punches you in the face, like
Right.
you said. I mean, what does that go for his preparation there as a third guy?
That's why it's valuable to have a bit of a veteran guy that's been a backup in his life. So he's run days where he hasn't played and still been able to go back. And that's an acquired skill. And it's difficult to do that as a young man when you've never dealt with that. To get to the National Hockey League, you're a #1 goaltender. Whatever league you played in, you were the best. And there is a learning curve to becoming a backup goaltender, to be able to stay focused in practice, then relax on your off days, but be ready in games that you don't think you're going into, and boom, you're into a very tight game. Also sit long stretches and come in and be good.
I saw you speak with Sam Reinhart there for a moment. Was that I mean, obviously he's got 20-something goals. I mean, statistically, but he seems to score in bunches. Do you worry sometimes that when he's down he doesn't score, and when he's up he does?
So that wasn't the starting point of that conversation, because I thought he was fantastic against Vegas. It was about the line changes, and depending on what happens with Duke, where he's going to play. And there's some modification that has to go to his game because of the different center icemen, and that's the starting point. I'm aware of the fact that he started kind of slow offensively, and then but he said, I guess I'm saying the same thing. He said good chances. It doesn't matter to me about the chances because his game was outstanding. Even if he doesn't get any, in that night, if you don't get any chances and your game, you don't give anything up and you're playing a great game, I'm not worried about it. there's 18 skaters that can put pucks up. Anthony Duclair's been down the pipe 5 times, hasn't scored. We've won both games. So I'm not that, and I think at Sam's veteran level, it bothers you more at the start of the season because you want to get off to a good start and you want to put good numbers. Right now, he really doesn't care. Truly, he's just about this team winning.
Panthers prospect Jakob Koss involved in a scary incident
Yeah.
today. Obviously, his team, I'm sure, is handling most of that, but have the Panthers heard anything on his status?
Yeah, well, we have direct contact with him. Brian McCabe in player development has spoken with them, and the news is positive. We think he's going to make a full recovery. Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.